just like me, you might be too panic to watch this or even venture into sustainability, as I was. However, after watching David Attenborough's A Life on Our Planet, my mind changed. So stop. Don't run away now. Here's your chance to make a real difference to avoid this. We're killing the planet! Ah! But you might think, what am I going to do to help? I'm just one person. And like me, you might feel a little bit hopeless, as if your very small, insignificant changes won't even make a difference. You feel like it's all piling on top of you and it's probably a bit too late. But no, we still have the power. And it starts in the kitchen. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dawn. I'm a doctor working in the southwest of England. And today's vlog is a little bit different because I am talking about sustainability changes that you can make. And I think the kitchen is the biggest place you can make changes because all of the changes just apply throughout the rest of the house. Now, if you're used to my usual medical content, then this is a little bit different. So if you want to hear about medicine, then just shimmy on down to the, maybe I'll put a link to, maybe a card to the a more medical vlog here. But I think sustainability is so important, and I really do like it. No, I don't like it. I actually love it. Everything I do revolves around sustainability now. I'm not like zero waste or anything. I am moving my way slowly towards being that way, I would say. You got to start somewhere, and that somewhere is today. I'm just going to basically cover the kitchen because the kitchen, I think, is the place where you produce the most waste. There are literally so many changes that you can make in the kitchen, and I've written them down. 1 second. This is my book made from elephant poo. So I'm going to split it into 5 categories basically. Number 1 is food. Number 2 is existing products. Number 3 is new products. Number 4 is water. Number 5 is energy. I think the majority of it is going to be 1, 2, 3, but there are loads of changes you can make. We're going to start off with food. I think one of the biggest changes that I've made is shopping locally. So I shop at a farm shop now. I buy as much local produce as I can, and as a result, shopping at a farm shop, I can pick things up individually, so I don't have to buy a whole bag which comes with loads of plastic packaging. I take my own cotton bags and I just pick individual things up, so I only buy what I need. I also try to buy organically, which is just better for the environment, less pesticides. What you mean by organic is you don't use pesticides, or I think maybe genetically modified food, but don't quote me on that. As a result, yes, it is probably a bit more expensive, but I end up buying less and I end up wasting a lot less. Another way that I've reduced my waste is by planning my meals. I also have now gotten into a habit of writing down on my calendar, on the fridge, when stuff goes off. And that stops me from eating stuff that I want first and eating stuff that is a bit more timely first. And I think like nobody ever says that, but there are apps for it, but this is a super easy way. Like, how many of you get like 3 calendars a year for Christmas? Like, you can just use one for the fridge. Obviously, I'll show you my garden here, but I grow a lot of my own vegetables now and fruit. I think one of the main things is to grow things that is expensive. So here I'm showing you some melon seeds, and they also have high air miles because I imagine that you don't usually buy them from the UK, but you can grow them in the UK apparently, which I didn't realise. And things that you eat a lot of. So I eat a lot of greens, a lot of spinach, a lot of salady stuff, but also I like a lot of fruit. So I've got my own blueberry tree. I've actually got my own pomegranate tree, although I don't expect that to be producing anything soon. I've got my own cherry tree. And if you think about how much that all costs, it all costs like £3 for a little small, and then you have to use plastic as well for a tiny little package, and you're like, why am I spending £3 on this? Especially mange too, which is literally so easy to grow. I have surplus growing in my garden now. Another thing that I have just started doing is I'm going to start preserving my food, and it's not like I haven't thought about doing this before, but when you don't have your own garden, you don't really need to preserve food. You can just buy it preserved, either pickled or dried. And I have just bought a couple of fermenting bottles, which I didn't realise preserves it, but you can ferment it, and fermenting is so good for your gut health. So moving on to number 2, existing product. Don't judge me for any of the things that I have. Some of the things that I have are because I haven't, it's much more sustainable to keep the things that you already have and just use them until they die, rather than being like, oh, that's made out of plastic, I shouldn't be having plastic stuff, so I'm going to throw that away and get a more eco-friendly option. No. And you're just contributing to the problem more. So reuse it as much as you can. I've given a few examples of what you can reuse or kind of remodel or upcycle. So I've used a used face mask and jars as an avocado holder. Most people will, well, I don't know whether most people do, but some people can buy the avocado holders which are made out of plastic. And I recycle pretty much everything that I can. So I'll accumulate these, and then I've got a used mask right behind me, which is just, it looks gross because I kept it in my bum bag for emergencies. So this, I cleaned it out, washed it out with my biodegradable soap, and then we're just going to go like that. I'm going to go reverse, because otherwise, well, you could actually do it like this. There you go. So basically, I put it on in reverse. You could put it either way, I suppose. But yeah, that's definitely an easy way to do it. But obviously, we need a cut in the middle. Please get a responsible adult to do this. I feel like I should probably use scissors. This is how you break your fingers. Just go with the knife away from you and you'll be fine. There you go. Done enough surgery to be able to do that. So you want the cut to be big enough to fit the stem through, but not too big that the avocado falls through the middle. So probably a little bit bigger. Put that back on. See, so I've got, these have been germinated in the airing cupboard, so that is where they love. It's just much easier to do it there, I find. So fill out with water. Then I've got to put that through there, and there we go. He sits on there, and that is how to reuse some stuff that you're going to throw away. So moving on to number 3. If you do want to buy new products, there are a few questions that you should ask yourself. Number 1, can you reuse it? Can you recycle it? Have you used it to the end of its life? Is it biodegradable? What is it made from? If you buy things that are made out of wood, metal, or glass, or, well, other natural products, they will eventually break down. Okay, moving on. Is it of high quality? Because you want to buy one thing once. Not only is it of good benefit to your pocket, you know, to your money, but it just means you don't end up having to buy one brush, let's say, one washing up brush, every few months. You just buy one and it lasts you years. And then the last thing to ask yourself when you buy a new product is, how was it made? Is it made in a ethical way? As in, I hope that no slave labour was used to make it. And also, was it made in a sustainable way? So, sustainable in the fact that, does it use loads of chemicals? Does it use loads of water? Does it use loads of energy? A lot of people, however, a lot of companies have started using the word sustainable and is getting maybe questionable as to how sustainable it is. You just need to make that judgment yourself. Right, let's go through a few of the different products in the kitchen that I own. Number 1, loads of people know about this one, beeswax wrap. What you do is you basically use it instead of cling film, wrap your fruit, vegetables, sandwiches, your bowls, etc, etc, and then wash it off. Make sure you wash it with cold water, because otherwise the beeswax will melt and it will go down the sink, and then you'll just be left with a pile of cloth. Like, you don't want that. Number 2 on this list, food pouches. These are made out of silicone. You can get really expensive ones, which are super nice, which I'll link down below and I'll include a picture of here. But they can go in the oven, I think, which is crazy. They can go in the freezer, they can go in the microwave, they can literally go anywhere. They're sealable, airtight, and they fit in vertically, which I quite like. So they all stand up and you can just kind of slide them in and out quite easily. So reusable baking sheets. I used to throw away so much baking parchment. Now I just wash these baking trays, put them away, and then get them out again. And it's great. Glass jars. We get loads of glass jars in loads of stuff. I reuse pretty much most of the glass jars that I have for propagating plants, but you can use it for other things as well. Okay, number 4, water. My boyfriend annoyingly washes in the sink without a plug, and it very much annoys me. So I wash in I put the plug in the sink and I fill it up with water. And all of my soaps here are biodegradable, and you can, if you have a washing up bowl, take it out and use it on your plants because it's biodegradable, so it doesn't matter. Oh, also, outside I have installed a water butt which I just collect rainwater in. It's currently very full and I wish I had a bigger one because it's only 100 litres and if it doesn't rain in a while, that is empty. So number 5, energy. LED light bulbs. These are super energy efficient and they are super bright. Here they are in my kitchen. They are like A+ on energy saving level. What I'm going to do, guys, is link the products down below because they will be my affiliate codes from Amazon, but you don't get charged anything extra if you just click them and then have a look at the stuff. I get lots of stuff from Etsy, which is a carbon neutral website, but it's also handmade vintage stuff, and I just really love it. It basically supports small businesses. It's not a sponsorship, by the way. I just love Etsy. Like, whenever I buy something online, my boyfriend's always like, is that from Etsy? And I'm like, yeah, it is. So go have a look at Etsy. I'll leave my plant doctor page down there too. I'm not gonna lie, I literally can't cope with how much of a shit my phone is being. It just keeps stopping recording halfway through, so that's great. Let's record the outro for the 3rd time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It's been a rough journey for me, but I hope it's been somewhat useful, and if you did like it, then obviously please give it a like down below. Leave a comment because I love hearing from you guys, or just send me an email, contact@diariesofadoctor.com. Please subscribe if you feel like you want to hear from my content again, which you might not want to, but it'd be great if you did. And I will see you in the next video. Wow, we actually made it through the whole video.